this is about author talk, and we have an author who wrote a book on the wastewater treatment technology design consideration. There is a Dr. Mritunjay Chaubey. He is a Global Vice President, Environment, Sustainability and Green Cell at UPL Limited. Let me brief you about Dr. Mritunjay. He is a sustainability, environmental, and water and wastewater treatment expert of international reputation. He has done his PhD in environmental engineering from IIT Delhi. He has nearly 24 years experience in various MNCs, Pentair, Shell, Unilever, and UPL. He has made a unique position in corporate world by embedding the sustainability and reducing environment footprint of big corporations such as the Pentair, Shell, Unilever, and currently more than 100 environment production sustainable technologies are successfully working in Europe and Asia, Africa, North America, and South America, designed by him. Dr. Chaubey is also an editorial board member of renowned international journal, a research journal of chemistry and environment, as well as Arab Water World. He is also the member of Bureau of Indian Standards for making the BIS standards for water and wastewater treatment and environmental protection. And more than 50 technical papers has been published in renowned international journals and conferences. He is author of a renowned book, that's what we are talking about today, is the Wastewater Treatment Technologies, a Design Consideration, and published by the Wiley, based in USA. He is currently working as mentioned to you, Global Vice President for the Environment, Sustainability and Green Cell with the UPL. Recently, he's been awarded with the Most Influential Sustainability Leader Award, and also Chief Sustainability Officer of the Year Award, and Asian Sustainable Leadership Award. So we have a well-experienced water and wastewater treatment expert with good credentials and having as a part of this program today. Dr. Mritunjay, welcome.
Good afternoon and good evening and good morning to your viewer from other part of world.
Yes, I'm really excited to have you. You know, I personally publish books. So when somebody writes books, it's a noble thing. You know, you're sharing the knowledge through the books, your experience. You working as you are not a professor. You are actually a practitioner, and writing a book, it's really, very useful. I personally felt that, having you is it's good for the industry, good for the engineers. So let's get to know more about your adventure of writing a book, okay, and how you enjoyed it. And I think once it's over, man, it's over. Writing a book is not easy. A lot of people, it's just only 100, it's at a 200, it's a 300. It's a lot of work is there. Is it right? Yeah. How much time you take write the book? Yeah.
So I think it took a lot of time, and when this pandemic came and the lockdown happened, so that enabled me and given us some time to write this book. I was thinking from long time to write this because in last 25 years, my career, professional career with various industries, and also 6 years I was in the research work at IIT Delhi. So I was interested to summarize my 30 years of experience in wastewater treatment. So you will find several practical aspects in this book, but it was not possible earlier because you are right, a lot of time is needed. And when the lockdown happened, then it's enabled some time I got, and then we written this book.
Yeah, and as I know, it's also important to have a good editor, particularly Wiley as one of the best publishers. Working with a good editor, and it will help you fast track or minimize the time losses. Is it right? Yeah. So you have a good editor work with you from Wiley. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they are the professional publisher and more than 100 years of experience. So yes, they enable us in writing this in a very well organized way.
So why do you choose, wastewater treatment technology? Because a lot of things to talk about, but you talk about highlight the design consideration. Why only design?
So I think first let me show the book. I
Yeah.
think this is
Okay.
the, I think, is it coming?
Yes, yes, it is. It is. Okay. Super.
Uh,
It's a hardbound book. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
I think
And I think,
250 pages. Yeah.
yes, yes. So coming to your question, design, why design consideration? Because when we see the wastewater treatment, then design is very important. And especially if you go in the conventional book, then you may get design aspect about the conventional technologies like activated sludge process and many more technology. But the design aspect of latest advanced technologies, that is missing.
Hmm.
So I have included several advanced and the latest technology, and that design methodology has been included in this book.
Yeah, we used to have like a wastewater engineering. There's a very thick book, the is it McCabe Smith? Is it
Metcalf Ready.
Metafred? Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's when we design, so we use all those old. I don't know how current how the situation, but that was a basic reference when you talk about activated sludge systems and things like that. Yeah, so this book, what you wrote, you nicely mentioned that you not only the old information but also up to date on the design consideration. So is it aimed for the young people, or it's also aimed for the practitioners in the business currently? That is right.
So I think here our aim of writing this book and the content which I have summarized in this, keeping these young professional also, mainly practitioner who is in the industry or coming in industry. So well designed methodology has been summarized in this book, and you will find the beauty in this book is this, that I have taken the help of table, so no need to write more and more pages. Very few pages you will get the exact design methodology, design formula. So our aim was for the practitioner and also for those industry professionals who don't have much more background earlier, but if they can read this book, then they can also design very well the wastewater treatment plant. A part of this, our aim is also for the operators. So last chapter is devoted for the operation of wastewater treatment plant and how operational excellence play the important role in treating the wastewater. That has been also included in this book.
So So I suggest everybody, whether you're young or new entrant to the wastewater treatment, or you're already practitioner or have extensive experience, it is a good reference for them, and so you know, wastewater, you have two types, right? One is on industrial, other one is municipal, right? So in this book, are you balancing both, or which case studies you're compiled? Because industrial wastewater, the variations are different, the concentration levels are different compared to the municipal wastewater. And also municipal wastewater, city to city, it depends on the population, that changes. So is it relevant for both industry, both type of wastewater? Yeah, what it is like?
So this is relevant for both municipal wastewater treatment as well as industrial wastewater treatment. But as you know, industrial wastewater treatment is a very complex,
Yeah.
because several kind of streams comes from the several industry, and every industry have a unique characteristics of wastewater, and also different methodology and different design approach is needed for the different industry to design the wastewater. So in this book, you can design the municipal wastewater also, but we have focused more toward the industrial wastewater.
Okay.
And normally, if you go through this book, then I have considered nearly 30 kind of industry. So
Okay.
30 industries, wastewater has been summarized in this book. So you can go very easily the characteristics of those industry. So whether it is the oil industry, or it is the FMCG, or it is aluminum manufacturing, a smelter plant, or dairy, so tannery, paper and pulp. So like that, 30 kind of industry where practically I have got the characteristics, and also I involve in the designing of wastewater in those industry. So all those practical and the exact data has been summarized, and very easily people can get the characteristics of those industry from this book. And then the different design methodology and the design considerations have been summarized in this book.
Fantastic. Really, it's really useful. If you have that kind of information there, I think if anybody is a consultant or a designer, they find it really useful. In your profile, I understand that you work with MNCs, right? You work with Unilever, you work with Pentair, Shell. So can you talk a little briefly about, are you in the book also probably your experience, what are the best practices implemented or best designs, and is it helped you in those extensive 20 plus years experience in those multinationals,
So I think first I started my career in wastewater treatment with when I was doing doctorate at IIT Delhi. And IIT Delhi used to provide the consultancy to industry. And there I got chance to go through the different problem of different industry in the wastewater. And there we used to go in industry, try to see the wastewater treatment issues, and then we work on the design and provide the solution. So I think there I got chance to interact with various industry. Then I started my career with the Pentair Water. So Pentair is a US multinational company, and they provide the technical solution to various industry. So there I was part of their technical support team, and our work was to provide the technical support to various industry in implementation of wastewater solution which Pentair used to provide. So there also I got opportunity to go in the field, interact with the various people, see the various issues, and then design the wastewater treatment, and actually do the installation and the commissioning work. And after Pentair, I moved to Cell. So I was part of Cell Global Solution at Netherlands. And our role was provide technical solution to entire Cell group. So they have various refinery and also upstream business where oil exploration took place. And also they have business in the gas, power. So we got a lot of chance in several countries. I got chance to visit and see the wastewater treatment issues of Cell, and then provide the solution. So from there, we got several learning, and that has been summarized in this book. After Cell, I came in Unilever. And in Unilever, we were looking nearly 500 factories globally. And they have several, 7, 8 category kind of business. So they have ice cream factory, they have personal care factory, they have home care factory, savory. So a lot of kind of industries are there in Unilever, and I got opportunity to visit all those plants, and then I came across all the characteristics, design methodology, and we provided the solution. So those things has been also summarized in this book. Right now, from last 6 years, I am Global Vice President and Head of UPL for the Environment, Sustainability and also Green Cell. So at UPL also, we have nearly 43 manufacturing plant globally. And here also, we got a lot of issue because we are manufacturing agrochemicals. So we got a lot of complex issue of wastewater in our various plant. So here also, I got chance to design and also go through the characteristics, see the issue more toward the operational issue, because you can design wastewater treatment plant, you can install the very good wastewater treatment plant, but operation also play key role in the success of wastewater treatment. So I think operational excellence that has been summarized in this book. But I think to summarize all these experience, one thing I got learning in the wastewater treatment, that effluent characterization, segregation is very important for the wastewater treatment. Because when you will go in any industry, then you will find several kind of streams comes, and if you feel that let collect all the wastewater at one place and one technology or one process will provide the solution, then I don't think for a bigger kind of complex it will succeed. So normally my learning, and also I have summarized in this book, is this, that affluent identification, then characterization, and then segregation. So that is very important for the success of wastewater treatment.
So it's very nice that you got hands-on experience, the issues, and that made it easy. So, in your book, one of the topic chapter is sustainable wastewater management. Can you elaborate on what is a sustainable wastewater management?
Right. So sustainable wastewater management means a kind of wastewater management where you can achieve the treatment efficiency, desired treatment efficiency at minimum use of energy, minimum waste generation in form of sludge, and minimum requirement of manpower. Because if we want to make it sustainable, then we must focus that our wastewater treatment doesn't consume much more energy, because if we are consuming more energy, then more carbon emission will be there. So sustainable wastewater treatment means we have to focus on energy efficiency. Also, we have to focus on the sludge waste which is getting generated from the primary and secondary clarifier, and that can be minimized if we minimize the chemical use. So the chemical consumption should be also less for a sustainable wastewater treatment. And the third is the manpower and the area occupancy should be very less, because today in our industry this is biggest challenge, that we don't have much more any area, and we cannot design like a past conventional treatment plant where a big aeration tank you can design. So now nobody have so much area, and the industry have to focus on their manufacturing and the process area. They don't have so much a spare space. So the system should be compact, less area occupied. So I think those aspects has been included in sustainable wastewater management. And in this book, I have summarized some of the technologies, like if you see the forward osmosis technology, then that is very compact technology to treat. If you see solar detoxification technology, that is also very compact technology to treat. If you see volute, that has been mentioned in this book, so that is a very compact sludge dewatering device. So my effort in this book is to focus on sustainable technology where it can deliver the desired result with minimum energy consumption, minimum carbon emission, minimum waste generation, and minimum manpower requirement, minimum area occupancy requirement.
I think the MBR also is playing a role. I think the compact systems and more for, when compared to the other, what is your opinion about MBR, and any of your plants are using MBRs in treating the wastewater?
So yes, MBR is also very good, and in two of our unit is using right now. But the problem with MBR is that here we use a membrane-based technology, and the membrane gets submerged inside the aeration tank. So sometimes falling of membrane happens to be issue. Also, if you have some toxic element, heavy metals, then also it's create problem for the MBR. What we have found that in place of MBR, MBBR that offers a very good solution in the wastewater treatment. And now we have implemented many more MBBR plant as compared to MBR plant.
Yeah, that's correct. That's MBBR.
It is cost effective also, MBBR.
And these advanced sustainable technologies also lead to the zero discharge, right? When you're using this technology. So what is your experience with this zero discharge? I think you also highlighted that zero discharge in your book. I think the many industries would be interested to know. See, the word zero discharge, yes, very nice to hear. But when it comes to the implementation, when it comes to design the system, because of the limitations of various waste characteristics and this, what is your experience on the zero discharge? What your information covered in your book?
So I think many more ZLD, zero liquid discharge, I have get chance to implement it, and I think at this moment, if you see our UPL, then 60% of our operating plants are zero liquid discharge.
Oh, okay.
So the concept of establishment of zero liquid discharge is very good, but what issue is that it cannot be generalized and made compulsory everywhere.
Yeah.
Because the main issue with ZLD is it consumes more energy, it consumes more chemical, it generates more hazardous waste, and also it's occupy more area. So what my experience with ZLD is that in those areas where there is no proper treated wastewater discharge facility available, and also very water scarce location, then yes, ZLD is good and we can implement it. But in those areas where you have a common effluent treatment plant, or you have a deep sea discharge facility available, and you can treat your wastewater and you can discharge at suitable place, then I don't think in those kind of situation making mandatory ZLD is a good move. And why it's not good move? Because if you want to achieve just a standard for the discharge, so whatever the discharge norm is there, if you want to achieve that norm, and if you design that kind of ETP, and as compared to this ZLD ETP, you will find carbon emission will be 4 times more with the ZLD ETP than normal, just to achieve the discharge standard. Chemical consumption is 2 times more. So sludge generation happens to be 2 times more in ZLD. Also operating cost will be nearly 3 times more. Capex will be 2.5 times more. So I think unless until it's very required, I think we should just design those kind of wastewater treatment plant who can meet the discharge standard, and then we can dispose suitably those treated wastewater.
Interesting. That's, you talk one other technology. I wonder, solar detoxification. What is a detoxification? Is a panel that you just use in evaporation? What it is?
No, it's not evaporation. Solar detoxification is a kind of a new technology, and I think it was my part of PhD thesis also in
Okay.
IIT. And we have implemented this in industry. The main aim of solar detoxification is this technology work when conventional biological treatment failed to work. Means
Okay.
those kind of effluent where you will get more TDS, more than 10,000 ppm TDS, then it cannot be treated with the conventional biological treatment. Then this solar detoxification is very good technology. And in this technology, what we do, we use the solar power, and in solar radiation, you will get a UV radiation. And when that UV radiation from the solar get a strike with the a special made catalyst, mainly titanium dioxide made catalyst we use to make a reactor. And when the UV radiation strike with the titanium oxide reactor, then a very powerful hydroxy radicals get formed inside the reactor, and that hydroxy radicals is powerful oxidizer, and it will able to reduce the BOD and the COD concentration inside the effluent, irrespective of TDS. Whatever the TDS inside the effluent is there, you can use this technology and you can reduce the organic impurities from the wastewater. Also, the benefit of this technology is that since it is powerful oxidizer, also it is a powerful disinfectant. So the organic impurities also get removed, biological impurities also get removed, and if heavy metals are there, that also get oxidized and removed. So in one reactor, you able to reduce organic impurities, which can be measured in form of BOD, COD. You can also reduce the biological impurities, and you can also reduce the heavy metal. Also, it is also decolorize the effluent. If some color available inside the effluent, then it also reduce the color inside the wastewater treatment. So why this is a very useful technology, but yes, the cost wise, it is a slightly higher cost than the normal available activated sludge process. So we used to recommend only in those cases where biological wastewater treatment doesn't work, then we can use this solar detoxification.
So are there people are using this technology other than UPL? Anybody else in India or any of your clients?
I think 4 or 5 places people are using, and mainly those chemical complex where the high TDS comes, so they are using. But yes, you will not find many more places. It's not so popular, but now it's catching up slowly and slowly.
So, I want to touch a little bit on the design, back to the designers, okay? Because, I know I've seen that some plants got failed because of the bad design, okay? And over design, under design, wrong designs, okay? And in your experience, probably you have met many designers, definitely, okay? What is your opinion about common pitfalls of the designers?
So I think my experience is that you are right. Design is very important, but most important is the assumption which has been made during design. And in wastewater treatment, the all basis of wastewater treatment design lie on the characteristics of the wastewater. And unless until you get the right characteristics, like what is pH, what is COD, what is BOD, what is TDS, what is TSS, what is oil and grease, means there are nearly 15, 16 characteristics in any wastewater treatment plant, especially in industrial effluent treatment plant. We should must get those near to perfect range. And this book, which I have written in chapter second, I have devoted entire chapter for that one. And nearly 30 kind of industry exact inlet effluent characteristics has been summarized in this book. And that is a very important for the designer. Once they get the exact characteristics, then I think 50% is over. Now rest is to select the suitable technology and also a suitable design methodology. So for that, I have summarized in a tabulated form design methodology that how will be the design consideration for those wastewater treatment. And I think this book will be very helpful for the designer. A part of this, another things which I told you, a stream identification, characterization, and segregation. That is also very important for the designer. And here in this book, I have devoted one chapter where it has been well illustrated that how you can do the wastewater stream identification, then characterization, and then segregation. And I have summarized three kind of a stream mainly, and that found in any kind of industry. One is the green stream, second is yellow stream, and third is red stream. So green stream means all those effluent which TDS is below 5000 ppm and COD below 10,000 ppm. So you just make one green stream, and for green stream you can apply the simple biological treatment like DAF, MBBR or activated sludge process. Then yellow stream is those stream where TDS is higher than 5000 ppm but below 100,000 ppm, and COD in range of more than 10,000 ppm but below 20,000 ppm. So those all get at one place, and you can apply some suitable technology. In this book, I have recommended forward osmosis, OH radical, solar detoxification. So those kind of technology can be applied. And the third stream is red stream. So in red stream, TDS, which is higher than 100,000 ppm and COD higher than 20,000 ppm, it's very difficult to treat with the conventional methodology. So there we segregate it, and then we may treat with the multi-effective evaporators or catalytic wet air oxidation process. So I think these stream identification, characterization, segregation is very important for the design.
And also it's important how much money in your pocket, which technology. Even there are a lot of good technologies there. At the end of the day, all the pollution control, they look at, end of the pipe. You still, they're not really considered unless there is nowadays you have, because of the biological process, you have waste to energy, you can recover biogas in an anaerobic style, but I think still the challenge is also the economics. Economics makes a difference. The technologies are available, it's a matter of the economics, and also the operational skills, the level of understanding on the, that also in the past, people just dig the pond, and thousands of square meters and put the water over there. And so, you talked about important things like characteristics, which is a key. At the same time, you also is important the volumes. I think same whether it's air pollution or even the solid waste or even the water waste and wastewater, volumes and its variations. That really you design because the industry process keep on changing. There is no consistency in the, and also the level of water consumption, it varies also worker to worker, shift to shift as well, as I understand. You know, I've seen places in food industry, you don't see the, you know, the, you can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes, I'm hearing.
Yeah. So it's how to say, variation changes. So it's important that people have to look at the variations of the volumes of quantity. You know. So yeah.
Right. So I think variation in volume also play important role. And normally when we design the wastewater treatment plant, then we consider variation approximate 15 to 20%. So if there will be variation of 15 to 20%, then yes, the existing effluent treatment plant take care. But you are right. If there will be more variation than that, then it's pose problem at the treatment process.
Yeah. Okay. I know I don't want to touch the last topic on this one is the software. Are there any suggestions on the software to use? Designing the wastewater treatment. What is your recommendations?
So software enable us to make it a perfect design, and I think at this moment we are using one software of the DHI, one Netherlands company, and they provide one DHI software. So that software we use for the design as well as also we use for performance optimization of existing ETP. So I think more than design, nowadays softwares are very helpful in optimizing the performance of ETP. And you know, when the characteristics of wastewater go on changing, then if you can use a smart technology with the software, then it sends the inlet characteristics, and then the dosing at the primary treatment get automatically adjusted, aeration quantity get automatically adjusted, and I see a great role in the operation and maintenance of ETP as far as softwares are concerned.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Mritunjay. It's really nice talking to you, and you gave us a lot of inputs on the design aspects. At the same time, why people should read your book, and keep writing more. Okay, this is very important. I always encourage people to write more books so that the next generation and to have some resource to use the right information. People always Google it, but it's at the end of the day you need the filtered information. Good books are very useful. Okay, Google, it goes on the SEOs. You can play with how to get on the first page, but I think the quality information is very important, and the people like you should write more books and can help the younger generation. So I thank you for joining this session today. Appreciate. Okay, guys, if you like to have this book, go to the Wiley.com, right? Can you tell us how to get this book, Dr. Mritunjay?
I think at Wiley.com also they can order, and also it is available on almost all various e-commerce sites like Amazon and eBay and many more sites. You can get it. Just go in the Google search engine, write the name of this book, you will get several e-sites from where it can be ordered. Also from the Wiley, it can be ordered.
Sure. Okay, thanks a lot, Dr. Mritunjay, for joining this session today. I mean, it's really enjoyable talking to you and learn about your book and your knowledge, experience about the water and wastewater treatment technologies and its design. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys,
Thank you.
I want to thank all the speakers today. And if you want to reach out to them, you can,